Hey guys, I wanted to do a video on veganism during ED recovery because it really related to my recovery. So, when I was 17, I decided to become vegetarian, and yeah, with 18, I got my eating disorder, and then with 19, 20, I started recovery. With 19, I started my first recovery, but like my first attempt at recovery, but didn't really work out. I got stuck in quasi recovery, and my quasi recovery was very heavily influenced by eating only whole foods and vegan foods. And then I started recovery again when I was 20, and there it was a little bit different because I was still vegetarian, but I ate a lot of milk and dairy products in general, a lot of yogurt and stuff like that. So then for my third attempt at recovery, I ate meat and fish again. So I progressively went less and less vegan throughout my recoveries, and now I'm not vegan, not vegetarian anymore. I'm not someone who eats a lot of meat, like, I mean, maybe yes for other people, but sometimes I don't all day, sometimes I eat meat once a day, but I don't prefer it. Like, when I cook for myself, usually I cook with other things like eggs or tofu, but not really a lot of meat. But anyway, but then when my family cooks with meat, I just eat it, or sometimes I buy myself sushi and stuff like that. So I'm not, I don't know, I just eat whatever I feel like. I have no restrictions anymore. But now back to the topic. I was vegetarian for ethical reasons, never for my health. I didn't think that there were a lot of health benefits. Maybe yes, a little bit after watching documentaries, but my initial reason was ethical. So I do understand what people say, like, no, for me, it's not a food restriction. That's why I think it's okay to be vegan during recovery. But I don't, to be honest, I don't think it's good because your body, you can be vegan after recovery again if you want that, but during recovery, you really need to let go of every single restriction, even though it might be for an ethical reason and not for a health reason or whatever. But still, wait, um, your body, when it gets all types of foods, including animal fats, especially animal fats, it will, I don't know, it will be much quicker at recovering. Maybe recovering as a vegan is possible, but it will take a lot longer. I think Tabitha Farrar, who's my idol when it comes to recovery, she is on YouTube. Please check her out. I'm gonna say it every single time because she's really great. But she says that really animal fats are crucial for recovery because it's something that your body just needs, I guess, during recovery. Like, for example, I need a lot of chocolate because I don't know why I have this obsession with chocolate since I was a child. It's just my favorite food next to pasta. But it also needed a lot of animal fat. Like, when I was still vegetarian, I ate a lot of dairy products, as I said. But then later on, when I ate meat and fish again, at first I had such huge cravings for fish and meat again. But then after time, now I'm not craving it that much anymore. And I could actually imagine being vegetarian again, but I don't have like the huge urge to do it. If I don't eat a lot of meat, it's not a problem for me. But yeah, so no, if you are vegan and you want to do a vegan recovery, I highly recommend you to not do that because I don't know, it's just recovery is about letting go of restrictions, and that means all types of restrictions and mental ones. It can also be as restriction is also about, like, for example, having certain rules where you have to do exercise after eating, or if you go out for dinner you cannot have a big lunch and stuff like that. You need to let go of all of this. You need to have on purpose a big lunch if you go out for dinner and stuff like that. Really challenge it all, and veganism is just not made for recovery. As I said, after recovery, when you're 100% recovered, you can go back to it, but for recovery, no. You need to learn to live without it. Even though you might have every single argument to tell me like, no, but veganism is healthy, but veganism, I only do it for this reason, blah blah blah. No. It's just not okay. Like, that's my opinion. But I can tell you like you notice when your body craves something. The farther I was into my recovery, the more I craved meat and stuff like that. So yeah, in the end, you can try doing it the vegan way, but I just feel like even when I watch YouTubers on YouTube, obviously, that are recovered, but they're like the vegan recovered type of people, they are still so obsessed with food. I don't think it's real recovery. Maybe a little bit strong opinion, but if you compare, like for example, Kayla Rose or Follow the Intuition and Tabitha Farrar, they never really show too much interest in food because they're just over it. They're actually recovered, in my opinion. But then when I watch people like, I forgot their names, but there's a lot of these vegan recovery YouTubers. They're still so obsessed with food that for me it just doesn't seem like they fully recovered. Maybe that's, as I said, a little bit a strong opinion, but if you're in recovery and you're vegan, do me a favor and stop it for the sake of recovery. You can go back after, but right now your body needs all foods, really all foods.